Hello orchid fans, what's up? This is Gintare. I hope you're having a good day. And today I would like to talk about the second part of the series about my environment and my care for orchids. So today I'm going to cover light. As I was talking about my environment in the previous video, I said that the days in Scotland are quite short during winter, whereas in summer they're fine. But the sun is not as strong as it is at the equator where the orchids are. So I was basically thinking that the orchids are not gonna get enough light if I don't provide the artificial light. So let's just jump ahead and have a look at my setup and my lights, and I'll talk more about it. Okay, so here is my setup. I basically have two types of lights. So I have these purple grow lights, and I also have these white lights, but they're also grow lights. So these ones, these are basically, you can see these are IKEA lamps. So I just attach them to the shelves, and I just put a grow bulb in it, and that's it. There is about maybe 30 or 40 centimeters distance between the top of a plant and the actual bulb. I mean, so far the orchids seem to be growing quite well. Obviously light is not the only thing that orchids need, but these lights seem to be working okay. I think I will be able to make the real judgment when it comes to flowering, because if some of these orchids don't get enough light, then they will just not bloom. And I think that's just going to be the real test. So that's going to come up in about, summertime, autumn time. And if I'll see that these orchids don't grow very well, then I will have to think of a different setup and maybe different lights. But for now, this is what I've got, and yeah, it seems to be doing okay. And then these lights over here, as you can see, I can fit a lot more plants on these shelves. But I think that these lights are not as strong as these purple lights. Maybe it's just my, it's just my brain, because I can see purple in here, and that's what plants apparently need the most. Whereas here I can't see the purple, so to me it feels like the spectrum is not right. Although I have read that there's been quite a lot of research done, and actually, these lights are just as good as purple. Again, the plants seem to be growing quite well. Then I've got another shelf down there with just one lamp, so there is less plants here as well. And these are basically kind of lower light plants. So there is a Tolumnia in there. My Phalaenopsis orchids are there as well. So yeah, so that's basically the setup. I've got these lights running for around 12 hours a day, and it's all set up automatic. So they go into the extension lead just over there. And then this extension lead goes into the socket where it's got like a smart socket set up. So I've got an app on my phone where I can set up when I want the lights to get turned on and then turned off. So at the moment, because it's winter, I set it up for 11.5 hours. So it turns on at 7:30 in the morning, and then it turns off at 8 o'clock. In the evening. And yeah, I mean the plants get light from the window. So this is a southern facing window. I know there's not much you can see because the blind is down, but yeah, in summers the light can be quite good here. So sometimes I would take this shelf, because it's got wheels, I can actually just take it round where I need it to go. So I would move it here just by this window. Sorry, this fan is blocking the view a little bit. But yeah, I would basically take it here by the window. You can also see there is a radiator below it. So in winter, that's not the best option to do, because I just don't want to fry my plants in the heat. But yeah, in summer it works quite well because then they can get some natural sunlight as well. Obviously the lights would be off at that point. And yeah, and then they would go back in here and get their light through the lamps. So I hope I covered everything with the lights, but if you have any questions or if I didn't explain something properly, or if I didn't expand enough on some aspects, please leave a comment below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos. And I hope you're all doing well and the winter is okay. It's actually quite, it's white here in Scotland. We had snow overnight, so you can see here my puppy Charlie running around in the garden, playing with the snow. He loves it. So yeah, I hope it's all well and I'll see you all later. Bye!